Hey, what's up, guys? It's Demorius. Listen to me. I know it's like quitting time. Most of you guys are either on the way home from work, so you may not see this um, in real time, right? Some of you may see it later on. Maybe you're at home or you just got home and you do have the ability to see this as I'm talking about it. But today, really, really quick, I want to give you three practical tips to empower yourself, right? So when we think about the word empower, right, we think about it from the standpoint of someone receiving power. We think about it from the standpoint of someone being empowered to go out and do something. They're giving strength, like their strength are being renewed, right? And so today, man, there's three practical tips that I want to give you that you can use to unlock the future that you deserve. All right. I'm gonna say that again. To unlock the future that you deserve. Do me a favor. If you're watching, go ahead and share this. Tag somebody. Let them know that there's three tips that D Rob is getting ready to drop that's going to literally revolutionize that person or whoever uses these principles. All right. So share it really, really quick. Share it really quick. All right. So empowerment, right? We know that empowerment is something that typically we look externally for, right? We look for someone to empower us. You empower somebody to make a decision on your job. You might have somebody that will say, "Listen, I'm going to empower my staff to make choices or decisions while I'm not there," right? Or you may be a parent and you say, I'm going to empower my child to make decisions concerning their future because they're going to be the one that has to live through it, right? But what I want to talk about today is how you empower you, right? Practical ways of how you can empower you. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in a place where life happens, right? Life happens, and when life happens, oftentimes we're not prepared for it. So life will hit us, life will knock us down, and we'll find ourselves in a place where we become frustrated. We become, depressed. We become, disillusional even at times because we're not prepared for what's going on in our lives, right? But today, these three practical tips will literally show you how to empower yourself to be the person that you want to be, to get to the place that you want to get, to have the things that you want to have, etc., etc. All right. So if you're watching me already, you know I am Demorius right there. You can follow me on all my social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all those places. Right. You can follow me for gems like these. But empowering yourself involves developing a sense of self belief, confidence, and it puts you in a place where you're looking internal and you're identifying the deficiencies that one might have. That if they address these things and they address them honestly and openly, then they're able to empower themselves to get to another place in their life. So here's the first thing that you have to do in order to empower yourself to live the life that you want to live, to be what you want to be, to have what you want to have. Here's point number one as it relates to empowerment. You have to be honest and you have to be open. That's not the point, but the point is honest and open to do self awareness and self acceptance. All right. I'm going to say that again: self awareness and self acceptance, right? If you don't know where you are, how can you get where you want to go? Or if you're going to lie about where you are, how can you get where you want to go? If you're not going to acknowledge what you have, how can you get what you desire? Right? Like in order to be empowered, in order to first be empowered, you have to be self-aware and you have to have self-acceptance. I'm not saying self-acceptance like, all right, this is my fate. This is the way my life is going to be. My life is going to be terrible and I'm just going to accept it. No. Self-acceptance is accepting it as it is, what it is at this current moment. And when you realize that it's that way at this current moment, then you can begin to make yourself move into the place, the desired place, the ordained place that you want to be. But you first have to be self aware about what are some of the things that are stopping you from getting there. right? For instance, let me give you an example. Somebody might say, well, my finances are in shambles, right? Nobody just walks around telling people that, right? There are people today who literally try to live this life of grandeur and um, you know, abundance, right? Even though they don't have it, but they try to live it because they want other people to believe that they can, and that gives them a sense of self-validation, right? Some people do have it, and they live it because they still seek self validation from other people, right? Not everybody, but some people do, right? But you have to be self-aware of why you're doing the things that you're doing, right? So if you're in a place where your finances are in shambles, your money's not where you want it to be, your credit's busted or whatever, right? You have to be self-aware. What are some of the self-inflicted things that I'm doing that are causing me to be where I am, right? And once you see those things, after you do that, then you begin to make sure that you're self aware, or you self acceptance of saying, hey, this is what it is, right? This is what it is. When you become self aware, that's when you take time to understand your strengths. You take time to understand your weaknesses. You take time to understand your values, right? Maybe your values are the reason why you're in the situation you're in. Maybe your strengths are the reason why you're in the situation you're in. Maybe your weaknesses are the reason why you're in that situation. But regardless of what, in order to fix these things, you first have to be self aware. So, self awareness, self acceptance are the number one things that you have to make sure you be aware of or cognizant of to make sure you're able to empower yourself. Because when you know where you are, then you can give yourself the power, the first part of it, to get to where you desire to be. All right, let's keep going. Second part. The second part in empowering yourself, it comes down to goal setting and resilience. So if you're still watching, do me a favor. Type what the first one is. The first one was self-awareness and self-acceptance. I just believe that when you type that in the comment section, that's going to trigger something in your mind where you're going to say, man, the areas that I want to see improvement in, what are some of the things that I'm doing that are preventing me from getting to that desired place? What are some of the things that I'm doing that are inhibiting me from having the thing that I desire? So do me a favor, type that in the comment. Type in self-awareness and self-acceptance. Now, number two, like I just said, goal setting and resilience. Why would I say in order to empower yourself, it's important to have an understanding of goal setting and resilience? Because of this. If I'm going to empower myself to say, I'm going to say, fix my credit, right? Then I have to set a goal. Because as that goal is set and progress is being made, I see that I'm moving from where I was, the self-acceptance, right, to towards the place that I'm desiring to get to, right? That's the goal setting. Now, why is resilience coupled with that? Resilience is coupled with that simply because when you make goals, there's sometimes you may struggle, there's sometimes you may get off track. There's sometimes you may, fall off the wagon, as they say, right? Or get off the beaten path. But you have to be resilient to get back on, right? You got to be resilient to get back on it. So do me a favor. Put that in the chat. Put that in the chat. Goal setting and resilience. Goal setting and resilience are important to you being able to empower yourself. If you don't set goals for yourself, how do you know if you're improving? Okay, I say, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 35 pounds. And I don't make any goals. I just say, I'm going to lose 35 pounds. How do I know I'm making progress? My goal is this week to lose 5 pounds. What am I going to do? Because now goal setting then gives you the ability to set something in place, right? that are going to be benchmarks, that are going to be things that are going to push you and keep you accountable to getting to being empowered, right? Resilience is going to be the thing that is literally going to allow you to overcome obstacles and setbacks and allow you to be able to bounce back from failures to be able to empower you. Some of the people who feel powerless, those are people who have faced a major obstacle, and that obstacle has caused them to literally fall back and not move again. Some people have gone through divorce, and that divorce literally knocked the wind out of them. And so now they're sitting back and they don't think that their lives can be what they desired for it to be, because there's so many things that they got to get back in place, and they don't believe that they can do it, right? Set a goal, set a small goal, set a small goal, set a small goal, set a small goal. And then before you know it, you'll look back and you'll see all of the progress that you've made because you've empowered yourself to make your situation different. Number 3, continue to learn and self-improvement. I'm going to say that one again. Step number 3 to empowering yourself comes down to continuous learning and self-improvement. Continuous learning and self-improvement. As you begin to become self-aware, when you begin to be aware of what's going on inside of you, or the decisions or the choices that you're making, when you become self-aware of those and you accept that you made a bad decision, right? And now you set goals to not make the same decision, or to make the same mistake, or to not give up the next time things get difficult. You start making those goals and you start being resilient, and you begin to learn, okay, this is what helped me manage my finances better. You know, I learned that if I go to sleep at 9 o'clock instead of 12 o'clock, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to have more time to fix breakfast, and I'm not going to overindulge at lunch or dinner. And now, therefore, I'm not going to consume as many calories, and I'm eating 3 times a day. So I'm burning calories. So I'm not maintaining the stuff that will cause me to lose weight. You're learning, right? There's always this thing of continuous learning, right? And self-improvement. You got to be willing to improve yourself. Those are 3 things. Those are 3 steps that will literally allow you to empower yourself. You don't have to be empowered from somebody else. You don't have to turn on T.D. Jakes and wait for him to give you a word, right? You don't have to say, well, when I get to church Sunday and the pastor preaches about this is going to help me get to the next place, right? You ain't got to wait to Sunday. Become self-aware of what you are, who you are, and where you are, right? Have a form of self-acceptance and say, okay, this is what it is. Then make goals to get to a different desired place. And then couple that with resilience. When it gets difficult, when you may fall off, when you make a mistake, or whatever the case may be, you couple that with resilience. And when you couple it with resilience, then you're going to be able to get back on track. And then you continue to learn. Continuous learning and self-improvement. Those are the 3 keys to self-empowerment. Listen, I am Demorius. Follow me on all my social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of those places for gems like these that will literally help you live a better life and get you to the place that you desire to be. Listen, if you haven't already got it, I wrote my new ebook. It's called A Better Me. It's 6 practical steps to help you get from where you are to where you desire to be. If you follow me on Instagram, the link is in the bio where you can buy that book. Listen, I promise you, it will change your life. I'm not doing this for you to buy the book. I'm doing this to help you. So even if you don't get the book, share this video with 10 people, because somebody today needs to be empowered. Listen, until the next time, let's go.